The nuclear family is the priority for countries, nations, and life. The problem is that the nuclear family used to have men at the head of the household. You would have responsibility to your family along with authority, but today men still have responsibility to the family without authority. You see what happens if your wife wants to divorce you and move on to other pastures, and you'll quickly learn that family law is completely written to protect for the women at the man's expense. And there's a lot of men that go through the divorce machine that end up total colossal train wreck on the other side of things. I mean, one of the data points that isn't talked about a lot is that the suicide rate for men is something like 8 to 10 times higher for men going through divorce than it is for women. And it's not because men are pussies or they're weak or they don't have a strong backbone. It's just that's how difficult it is for men to navigate those slippery slopes, and they don't prepare for it. They really don't know what they're up against. Women have a lot more of a support system. And again, all the laws are written in their favor. And unfortunately, a lot of the laws are written to encourage her to behave very badly if she's untying the knot.
We got a divorce lawyer coming on, like a high net worth divorce lawyer coming on for next week, but he had a really interesting stat that I think you'd like, Rich. He said that in all the clients that he deals with, a lot of them being athletes, of the athletes that retire, 70% of them are divorced within 365 days of retirement. And 70% are divorced, period, with half of them coming in the first 365 days, obviously all being initiated by the woman, which is interesting because, as you mentioned, they marry the lifestyle, they're used to it, and you go from this man who's in this pursuit of excellence, morning skate at 10, we're traveling, we're flying, we're in Boston, we're in New York, top status you can get, you're making millions of dollars to, and a friend of Dave and I's, where he just retired, now he's going to more of the stay-at-home dad route where he's, picking up the kids, doing pickups and drop-offs, and now she's saying, you know what, this isn't the man that I married.
Yeah, I mean, there's a shift in your status when you retire as a top shelf athlete. Like anything where you're top of the game, you're in front of eyeballs, men want to be you, women want to be with you. You're winning Super Bowls and Stanley Cups and that sort of stuff. Yeah, there's no doubt that women find that very attractive. So, when your life pivots from that to invisibility almost, where you're not as significant, it's no surprise that women will tap into their hypergamous nature and start looking around and saying, huh. And, the other thing too is that they're often protected by that point. Like if they've been a stay-at-home mom raising the kids, he's been out playing games, traveling to different cities, with the team sort of thing. And that's gone on for 10, 15 years. She's got half of his stuff. Like there's no argument. Like even with a prenup, she's got half of his stuff, right? Because prenups have no value after that amount of time has passed. And she's put off a career to be a caregiver, a homemaker, a stay-at-home mom, a homeschooler. So there's no downside to her. It's all upside. I talked about this in my book where I was sitting at a Starbucks and I was writing a chapter and I heard these two gals. They were in their, I don't know, late 30s, early 40s. And, one of them was like frustrated with their marriage. And, her friend basically said to her, you can have all of everything you have right now, the Range Rover, the life, the house, and everything, and half his shit, and not have to put up with this dumb ass if you divorce him. And it's like, these are the conversations that women have behind the scenes when men aren't in the room that they know. I mean, they're happy to let me listen to it in a coffee shop for some reason, but that's just the way things are, right? Like, that's female nature.
Dave, if you enjoy what you just saw, we do new clips every single day, twice a day on the Clips channel. You see clips right here. And beside Dave's crotch, we have a full-length show every single Sunday, right by my hand.
Click right here.